My fiancé said, "I've decided our kids will have my last name only. Yours sounds weak." I agreed completely. Then I called the fertility clinic to cancel our appointment. She found out why when the doctor called about the refund. I, 31 male, thought Piper, 29, and I were solid. Together 6 years, engaged for 2. We'd been trying for a baby for a year with no luck, so we'd finally made an appointment at a fertility clinic. The consultation alone was going to cost us $3,500, but we both wanted kids badly, or so I thought. Last Monday we were at dinner with her parents discussing baby names. Her dad Kenneth was going on about carrying on the family legacy when Piper dropped the bomb. "Actually, I've made a decision. Our kids will have my last name, just mine." I laughed, thinking she was joking. "Good one, babe." "I'm serious. Your last name is weak. Fleming? It sounds like phlegm. Our kids would get bullied." Her mom Eleanor nodded. "She has a point, honey. Hawthorne is distinguished. Fleming is unfortunate." I sat there, fork halfway to my mouth. We've been together 6 years. You're just now telling me my name is too weak for our kids? Well, I didn't want to hurt your feelings before, but since we're actually doing IVF, we need to be practical. Practical? Kenneth jumped in. "Son, you have to understand, the Hawthorne name carries weight in this community. Your name, what has any Fleming ever accomplished? My grandfather built half the infrastructure in this county." "Who?" Kenneth actually looked confused. "Donald Fleming. There's literally a bridge named after him." Eleanor waved dismissively. "That old thing? I thought that was Fleming with one M." "It's not." Piper touched my hand. "Baby, don't be sensitive. This isn't about you. It's about giving our children the best opportunities. The Hawthorne name opens doors." "And mine doesn't?" "Let's be honest," she said, pulling her hand back. "No, it doesn't." I stood up. "I need some air." "Oh my God, you're being so dramatic," Piper called after me. "This is exactly the weak energy I'm talking about." I sat in my car for 20 minutes, thinking. Then I drove home. Piper came home 2 hours later, all smiles. "Daddy says he'll pay for the entire IVF if we use Hawthorne. Isn't that amazing?" "Super amazing." "I knew you'd come around. See, you just needed time to process. You're so emotional sometimes." That night while she slept, I did some thinking. We had our fertility consultation in 4 days. The deposit was non-refundable unless canceled within 48 hours. I'd paid it from my account. Tuesday morning, I called the clinic. "Hi, I need to cancel our appointment for Friday." "Mr. Fleming? May I ask why?" "Personal decision. We've decided not to proceed." "I see. Since you're within the cancellation window, we'll process your refund of $3,500 within 5 to 7 business days. Should we call you or Miss Hawthorne when it's processed?" "You can call her. She handles our finances." That was a lie. She didn't handle shit. Wednesday, I started moving my important stuff to my buddy Craig's place. Just documents, some clothes, nothing she'd notice. Thursday night, Piper was going over her ovulation calendar. "I'm so excited. Tomorrow we finally start our journey to become parents." "About that," I said, "I've been thinking about the name thing." Her face lit up. "I knew you'd see reason." "Totally. You're right, Fleming is weak. In fact, I think it's so weak that maybe someone with such a weak name shouldn't reproduce at all." She laughed. "Don't be silly. Your genes are fine. It's just the name that's the problem." "Right, just the name." Friday morning, she was up at 6 a.m. doing her makeup. "You know, we're just talking to a doctor, right?" I said. "First impressions matter. I want them to know we're serious parents. Well, future parents." "Hey, I just remembered I have a work thing. I'll meet you there." "Don't you dare be late, David." "Wouldn't dream of it." She left at 8:30. At 8:45, my phone exploded. "Where are you?" "The appointment is canceled." "What did you do?" "The doctor says you canceled Monday." "David Fleming, you better answer your phone." I texted back. "Sorry, someone with weak Fleming energy probably shouldn't be making babies anyway. Good luck with the Hawthorne legacy." Then I turned off my phone and went to work. Update 1. Y'all wanted an update? Buckle up. After I turned my phone back on that evening, I had 73 texts from Piper, 31 missed calls, and 16 voicemails. The progression was actually fascinating. First hour, confusion and rage. Second hour, threats. Third hour, bargaining. Fourth hour, more rage. Fifth hour, her parents got involved. The best voicemail was from Kenneth. "Young man, you've humiliated my daughter. We had people at the country club asking about the future Hawthorne grandchildren. You've made us look like fools. You'll be hearing from our lawyer. Their lawyer? For what? Canceling a medical appointment I paid for? Saturday morning, Piper showed up at Craig's place. Craig's girlfriend Destiny answered the door. Is David here? Who's asking? His fiancée. The one who said his last name sounds like phlegm? That fiancée? Piper pushed past her, found me eating cereal in my boxers. We need to talk. No, we don't. You canceled our IVF consultation over a name. No, I canceled it because you told me your parents, and apparently the whole country club, that my family name is garbage. Why would I want to have kids with someone who thinks I'm genetically inferior? I never said genetically inferior. You said my name would get our kids bullied. You said it's weak. Your dad asked what any Fleming has ever accomplished. Your mom acted like my family doesn't exist. You're twisting things. Am I? Tell me, what were you going to tell our kids about their dad's family? That they're all losers with a weak name. She actually rolled her eyes. You're being ridiculous. It's just more practical. To erase my family from our children's identity? Yes, no, You mean yes, get out. We live together. You live there. I'm staying here. You can't just leave. We're getting married in 6 months. No, we're not. That's when she lost it. Full meltdown. Threw Craig's cereal at the wall. Destiny called the cops. Piper left before they arrived. Sunday was quiet. Too quiet. Monday morning, I get a call from my mom. David, what's this about you abandoning Piper because she wants to hyphenate names? She doesn't want to hyphenate, Mom. She wants to erase our name completely. That's not what Eleanor told me at yoga. Eleanor's lying. Why would she lie? Because they're trying to control the narrative. Mom, they said our name is weak and embarrassing. Long pause. They said, what about my father's name? Oh boy. See, my mom is usually sweet as pie. But you don't insult her dad. He was a war vet, built a construction empire from nothing, and donated millions to charity before he died. Eleanor said the bridge named after him was probably spelled with one M. That pretentious witch said what? Within 2 hours, my mom had called every single person in her contact list. The real story spread fast. Tuesday, I get a text from Piper's brother Branson. Yes, really. Dude, did you really dump my sister over a name? Your sister dumped our future kid's connection to my family. I just returned the favor. Fair. She's always been entitled. Good luck, man. Even her own brother knew. Update 2. This week has been insane. Wednesday, Piper tried a new strategy. She showed up at my work with a gift basket and tears. Baby, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. We can hyphenate. Now you want to hyphenate? Yes, Hawthorne Fleming. Not Fleming Hawthorne. Well, Hawthorne Fleming flows better. Goodbye, Piper. You're being unreasonable. Security escorted her out. My coworkers were very entertained. Thursday, Eleanor called me. David, sweetheart, let's be adults about this. Piper made a mistake. She's willing to compromise. Compromise? She said my name is weak. Well, it's not the strongest name. Goodbye, Eleanor. Wait, Kenneth wants to offer you something. Not interested. $50,000. What? To get back together with Piper and proceed with the IVF. We'll even let you hyphenate. Let me. It's my name. Don't be proud, David. Think of the money. Are you seriously trying to buy me into giving your daughter children? We're trying to fix this situation. The situation where your daughter insulted my entire family lineage? You're being dramatic. I hung up. Friday morning, the real bomb dropped. My cousin Teresa, who works at a lab, texted me. Yo, did you know Piper came in for a fertility test 6 months ago? What? No, we were doing it together. Dude, she already knows her results. She's been hiding them. I called Teresa immediately. What do you mean? I can't give you specifics, HIPAA and all, but let's just say she might have had a really good reason for pushing IVF that has nothing to do with you. Holy shit. I confronted Piper via text. When were you going to tell me about your fertility test results? 2 hours of silence. Then how did you find out? Doesn't matter. You've known for 6 months? I didn't want to worry you. You let me think we both might have issues. You let me get tested. You watched me stress about my sperm count for months. I was protecting you. From what? The truth? Can we talk in person? No. Here's what I pieced together. Piper found out she had fertility issues 6 months ago. Instead of telling me, she decided to wait until we were already engaged, already planning the wedding, already invested. Then suddenly push for IVF, knowing I'd agree because I wanted kids. But here's the kicker. She was gonna let me think it was potentially my fault too. The clinic would have tested us both, and she was gonna act surprised by her results. Saturday, I went to our apartment, still my name on the lease, to get more stuff. Piper was there with her mom and her aunt Josephine. David, perfect timing. We were just discussing how to move forward. I'm just here for my things. Josephine stepped forward. Young man, do you know what you're throwing away? The Hawthorne family has connections, wealth, prestige, and a daughter who lies about medical tests and insults my family name. Every marriage has challenges, Eleanor said. This isn't a marriage, it's a business merger where my family gets erased. Piper started crying. I was scared, okay? I found out I might not be able to have kids easily and I panicked. I thought if we were already committed. You thought you'd trap me. I thought you loved me. I did, before you decided my name was too embarrassing for our hypothetical children. God, you're obsessed with the name thing. You literally said my name sounds like Plim. It does. Even Eleanor looked shocked at that. Piper, she scolded. What? We're all thinking it. Josephine nodded. It's true. Fleming is unfortunate. I looked at all three of them. 3 entitled women who thought they were better than everyone else. You know what? You're right. Fleming is weak. So weak that I'm gonna take my weak name, my weak genes, and my weak self somewhere else. Good luck finding someone with a strong enough name for the Hawthorne legacy. As I left, Piper screamed, You'll never find anyone better than me. That's a pretty low bar, Piper. Final update. The universe has a sense of humor, y'all. Remember how Kenneth offered me $50K to get back with Piper? Well, turns out he was offering money he didn't really have to spare. My buddy Aaron works at their country club. Apparently, the Hawthorns have been living above their means for years. The only reason they could afford IVF was because they were planning to use my income to pay for it. They assumed I'd cover everything after marriage because that's what good husbands do. But the best part? Piper had already put deposits down on a bunch of baby stuff using my credit card. She had the number memorized. About $8,000 worth of designer nursery furniture. I disputed every charge, got it all back. She tried to reorder it using her dad's card, declined. Then the truth came out through the country club gossip chain. Kenneth's business is failing, has been for 2 years. They're mortgaged to the eyeballs. The only thing keeping them afloat was the prospect of Piper marrying me, a guy with a steady tech job and good credit. Eleanor had been telling everyone at the club that their future son-in-law would be investing in Kenneth's company after the wedding. They'd already promised people I'd be a partner. I never agreed to any of this. Last Monday, Piper sent me one final email. David, I know I hurt you. I shouldn't have said those things about your name. The truth is, my family is in trouble. We needed this marriage to work. I needed the IVF to work. A baby would have locked you in. I know how that sounds, but I was desperate. The Hawthorne name isn't worth shit anymore. It's all debt and lies. Your weak little Fleming name has more value than mine ever did. I'm moving back home. Not to the family estate, we lost that. To my aunt's basement. Josephine's the only one with any money left, and she's making us work for rent. You won. Congratulations. P.S. Your grandfather's bridge is actually really nice. I drove across it yesterday. There's a plaque with his picture. He looked like you. I didn't reply. Craig's girlfriend Destiny has a friend named Bridget. We've been hanging out, she's a veterinarian, loves dogs, and when I told her this whole story she said, wait, she insulted the Fleming name? Like the construction Flemings? My dad worked for your grandfather's company for 20 years. Best job he ever had. We're taking things slow, but she mentioned she likes traditional names for kids. You know, first names that honor family, last names that carry history. Even if that last name is Fleming? Especially if it's Fleming, that name built half this city. Meanwhile, through the grapevine, Kenneth's business went under. They sold the house. Eleanor's teaching yoga at the Y now, instead of taking classes at the country club. Josephine kicked them all out after Piper called her husband's name pedestrian. Piper's working as a receptionist at a dental office. She's dating some guy named Preston Sterling. Apparently that name is strong enough. Preston's married. She doesn't know Preston's married. Everyone else knows Preston's married. Branson texted me yesterday. Preston's wife found out. She's posting the receipts on Facebook right now. Piper's about to have a bad week. Thought you should know so you can avoid the explosion. I texted back, thanks for the heads up. Good luck with your sister. Nah man, I'm Team U. She made fun of my girlfriend's last name too. Said Kowalski sounded like a janitor. My girlfriend's a surgeon. Sometimes the best revenge isn't even revenge. It's just stepping back and letting entitled people destroy themselves with their own entitlement. My name might be weak, but at least it's on a bridge, and it's mine. All mine. Wasn't gonna update again, but this is too perfect. Preston's wife didn't just expose the affair. She exposed everything. Turns out Piper told Preston she was an heiress, showed him old photos of the family estate, said she was temporarily staying with her aunt while her parents renovated. Preston was planning to leave his wife for the Hawthorne money. When he found out the Hawthornes were broke, he ghosted Piper mid-date. Like went to the bathroom and never came back. Left her with the check. But here's the absolute best part. Remember how Piper said Fleming sounded weak? Preston's wife's maiden name? Fleming. With one M, she's taking him to the cleaners in the divorce, and she's taking back her maiden name because, in her words, it's stronger than Sterling ever was. I'm getting married next summer. Yeah, it's fast. But when you know, you know. Bridget's amazing. Her parents love me. Her dad keeps telling everyone his future son-in-law is Donald Fleming's grandson. We're having a small ceremony on the Fleming Bridge. Piper apparently tried to crash my engagement party last week. Branson warned me. Security stopped her at the door. She was screaming about how I ruined her life and stole her future. Bridget looked at her and said, "Aren't you the one who said Fleming was a weak name? Why would you want a future with a weak name?" Piper had no answer. She's now living in a studio apartment, still working at the dental office. Latest gossip is she's been telling people she's choosing to be single and focusing on herself. Meanwhile, the Hawthorne name she was so proud of? It's become a punchline at the country club. Don't go full Hawthorne is what people say when someone's pretending to have money they don't have. My weak little Fleming name? It's on a bridge, a construction company, a charity foundation, and soon on my kids' birth certificates. All of it. Because some names are built on actual foundations, others just sound fancy. Fleming out.